Seth Meyers. This is Late Night. We hope you're doing well. And now, if you don't mind, we're going to get to the news. In a post a Sunday on Truth Social, President Trump celebrated 6 months of his second term and said, quote, "Wow, time flies. Does it, though?" It's been 6 months of this term, but we already did 4 years of you. And even when this guy was president, you were still the president of every news cycle. It feels like you've been president forever. I think it goes Washington, Jefferson, Adams, and then you. King Charles last week named his wife, Queen Camilla, the Vice Admiral of the United Kingdom in honor of her 78th birthday. Not to be outdone, President Trump has finally named First Lady Melania as his emergency contact. She probably won't pick up first time you call. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth met yesterday with Philippine President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. That story again, Bong Bong met with Beer Bong. The White House released a memo last week outlining President Trump's health issues, which said the bruising on the back of his hand is, quote, consistent with minor soft tissue irritation from frequent handshaking. And I just love that his followers have to somehow reconcile this idea that he's this powerful, strong man, but also he gets bruises if you touch him. He's the indestructible savior of America, but also he's basically a plum. After former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo said that he will move to Florida if he loses the upcoming mayoral election, his campaign clarified that Cuomo was joking. I mean, come on, a New Yorker over 60 moving to Florida? Don't be ridiculous. During a breakfast in the Hamptons this weekend, former Governor Andrew Cuomo said that New York City hasn't had a competent mayor since Michael Bloomberg, and if there's someone who has his finger on the pulse of what everyday New Yorkers need, it's a guy having breakfast in the Hamptons. The Bronx Zoo recently reopened its World of Darkness exhibit that showcases rare nocturnal animals like the pygmy loris, the naked mole rat, and the White House Deputy Chief of Staff. Not doctored. Police in California recently responded to a 911 call that reported a person was stuck in a canal and discovered it was actually a blow-up doll. Unfortunately, not after performing mouth-to-mouth. The NYPD Harbor Unit arrested a naked man over the weekend after he allegedly stole a dinghy on the Hudson River. The dinghy was safely secured, and so was the boat. I hope there's a third aquatic sex joke. Well, this one does have a little bit. Not sex, but it's just a little. Obviously, our writer spent the weekend on the sea. Authorities in Australia arrested a man last week for allegedly stealing 53 right shoes from a shoe store. The suspect was very cooperative and reportedly greeting the police saying, "Arr, ye got me." What gave me away? It's just hard to carry so many. And finally, what with the hook? And finally, organizers hosted the Swingathon Festival for swingers over the weekend in the UK, which included sex games, foam parties, and as many as 3 women. And that... We're gonna have foam. We got a great show for you tonight. He is an SNL legend, my hometown hero. He's a huge movie star. Tonight, he is joined by a legend from the music business, and together they're starring in the long-awaited Happy Gilmore 2. Out this week on Netflix. I'm very excited to say that Adam Sandler and Bad Bunny are here tonight, you guys. How about that? How about that? And she is a very funny comedian who is just named one of Variety's 10 comics to watch. New episodes of her podcast, Ride, with Benito Skinner and Mary Beth Barone, premiere Wednesday. She wrote for and stars in Overcompensating, which is streaming on Prime Video. Mary Beth Barone is joining us. I'm very excited to talk to her. Family Trips. Ty Burrell, great conversation. Chase Sweet Wonders, also fantastic. Do give those. Listen, you know, I had such a delightful weekend. Saturday morning, my kids slept in for once, so I got to wake up on my own time, you know, read the paper, go for a little stroll in the neighborhood. Even got to pop into my favorite bakery for a cup of coffee and a freshly baked, croissant. When who should I see but
Hey, Seth?
Yeah, what's that, Tom?
That's not how you pronounce that word.
Oh, yeah, Tom, I'm going to stop you right there. Don't tell me how to pronounce croissant. I know how to pronounce croissant.
Thing is, Seth, you don't.
Look, I know most people say croissant, but I wasn't raised in a food court, Tom. My mom was a French teacher, so I say it the French way.
Seth, I would never say croissant, but you're not saying it in the French way. You're saying it like a guy in a fanny pack holding a travel map upside down in front of the Eiffel Tower.
Okay, Tom, indulge me. How do you say it?
S'il vous plaît, croissant.
That's how I said it, except I didn't do the stupid Lumiere voice.
It's the language of love, Seth. You gotta give it some je ne sais quoi.
Croissant.
Better. Add a smidge of ennui.
Croissant.
Croissant.
Croissant!
C'est mal. C'est très mal.
You guys are way off.
Oh, okay, really? Great, fine. Wally, how do you say it?
First of all, it's called a croissumpet. And it's not French. It was invented by my cousin Doug in a garage in Burbank.
Yeah, no, croissant, I think you're thinking of something completely different.
We're talking about the pastry, right?
Yeah.
Flaky crust, shaped like a moon,
Yeah.
filled with sour cabbage and mashed beans and served in a mug of hot, dark beer.
No.
No, yeah, it's called the croissumpet. And if you have to ask how to say it, you're not ready to eat it.
All right, you know what? Where's our staff photographer, Lloyd? Lloyd, you're a man of the world. How do you say the word croissant?
You don't say the word. You whisper it. Like a curse or a warning or the name of one whose coat still hangs by the door. You hold it, not in the tongue, but in the space between breaths, in the hush between heartbeats.
Yeah, wrap it up, Lloyd.
You carry it like a scar in the hollow of your ribs. Aye, in the marrow. For it's no word, not really. It's a wound, a wager, a consequence.
Okay, just tell us how you say it, Lloyd.
Chalupa.
Massive waste of time. Hey, Buck, how do you say it? Do you say croissant or croissant?
I say croissant, like a normal person.
All right, well, I knew somebody would. Hey, Shoemaker, do you,
Because that's what I am, a normal person, just like anyone else.
Okay, hear you loud and clear, buddy. So, Shoemaker, if someone was to ask you...
Just an average Joe, a humble taxpayer mowing his little lawn, blending in, saying thank you to the bus driver, cleaning the crawl space and scrubbing away any trace of human DNA. Mowing my little lawn, mowing, cleaning, mowing, scraping, mowing my green little lawn. He was the last person we ever would have suspected, my neighbors will say.
Is my security guard here? Oh, good. Jim, do you say croissant or croissant?
You can't make me answer that. That's not part of my
All
job.
right. Well, forget I asked.
Sorry, Seth, for the outburst. But when I was little, my local baker used to bully me. It kind of messed me all up.
Oh, God, I'm sorry, Jim. That must have been really hard.
Yeah, hard for him. I stuffed him in his ass in a Pillsbury can.
How would that even work?
I don't know. You're going to have to ask him.
Please let me out, Jim. I'm so
Shut up.
sorry, Jim.
Wait, none of this answers our croissant thing. Maybe our head writer can help. Hey, Baze.
It's croissant. That's it. Croissant. You just say it, and then ideally you shut the up and eat it, which none of you will ever do.
Yeah, but in France...
Nope.
Yeah, but you know, my mom says
It doesn't matter. It's croissant. That's the word. And I hate that I'm the one who has to say it. I knew the answer before any of you idiots opened your mouths. I'll know it long after the sky collapses and the sun swallows this terrible world.
Seth, I did it! I did it! I built a machine that can pronounce any word in any language.
No more! We're done.
I was just gonna say.
No, we're done here.
Well, the boys in the lab.
No boys in the lab, no backstory, no blinking props, no dumb wigs. The sketch is over.
Baze, if I can just do one line.
Under 5 lines. You will not be squeezing a $1,000 principal role out of this segment, Ben Warheit. One day things will be different. One day something will happen to you, Ben. I don't know what, but I'll be there. I'll be there when it does. Anyway, I'm calling it, that's all. We're going to commercial. Stay tuned, we'll be right back with Mark Ronson.
That's not even the right guess.
Oh, shut the up. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the supply closet screaming into a bagel.